Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Pythagorean theorem in 3D. Some of it's a little bit different, some of it's the same. So just a reminder about the theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are my legs of my triangle, and c is always, always, always the hypotenuse. Let's do an example. Alright guys, let's look at this example. The tetrahedron superyacht designed by Jonathan Swin is a regular tetrahedron with edges that are 20 meters long. When he says edges, he means the edges of this pyramid. The distance r from one corner to the center of the base shown in the picture below is 11.5. So the value of r is 11.5. What is the vertical height h of the tetrahedron? Well, you can see based on this drawing that this part of the yacht will form a triangle. And I'm trying to figure out what h is. So I'm going to go ahead and redraw it where I can see it so I can get a better idea of what I'm trying to solve for. Alright, so I know, based on my information, that my edges are 20. So that means my hypotenuse is going to be 20. I also know the value of r. And r corresponds to this leg of our triangle. And I know that it's 11.5. Now I'm trying to figure out what h is. So h is going to be one of my legs of my triangle, or a squared or b squared of my Pythagorean theorem. So now all I have to do is use the Pythagorean theorem. I'm going to do h squared plus 11.5 squared equals 20 squared. And what I'm going to get is h squared plus 11.5 times 11.5 is 132 and 25 hundredths equals 400. Now, if I just use algebra to figure this out, get h by itself, subtract 132 and 25 hundredths to the other side, I'm going to get h squared equals 267.75. And since we're using calculators today, go ahead and take the square root. H equals 16.4 meters. And that is my height for this. Alright guys, let's do another example. Alright guys, let's look at this second one. The Museu Blau in Barcelona, Spain is a natural science museum built in the shape of a triangular prism. The base of the building is an equilateral triangle of 180 meters on each side. The height of the prism is 25 meters. Find the height h of the triangular base. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Alright, so what I see from this is I have an equilateral triangle with 180 degrees on both sides. I also see that the height is parallel to the base, which means that the height does something interesting here. It bisects, okay, the base. And bisects means it cuts it in half. So if this whole base is 180, this side here is 90, and this other side here is 90. Now, if I want to find the value of h, I can just use the Pythagorean theorem. H is going to be one of my legs of my triangle. Let's say I'm just finding this one. So I'm going to have 90 squared plus h squared equals 180 squared. 90 squared is 8,100 plus 8 squared equals 180 squared is 32,400. Now, if I subtract those two things, say I subtract 8,100 on both sides, I'm going to get h squared equals 24,300. If I take the square root, which you can do on your calculator, I'm going to get h equals 155.9 meters. So the height is 155.9 meters. Nothing super new today, guys. It's just pulling out information and trying to figure out exactly what you're solving for. So let's practice.